Please.
Let us stand, please. Heavenly Father, we come before you this afternoon. We honor you, we glorify you. We want to thank you for having the opportunity to be here, to take part in this rally that's about to take place. We ask that you bless every one of us here. Keep us safe, keep everything going smooth. We ask that you forgive the candidates for making promises that they know that is out of their control, that they won't be able to keep. But bless them, anoint them, help them lead their office with honor, with dignity, so they can earn the trust of the people that they will serve. We pray it's not because that we have merit, it's not because we're good, but because of your Son Jesus, who died and lived forever and ever. Amen.
Thank you. National anthem.
Hi everyone, I'm Tracy Joseph and I'm going to do an acapella with Olivia Fresh. Everybody stand up? Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched. We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much. On the agenda today, we're going to allow the candidates 2 to 3 minutes to speak. We have quite a few, so if you can keep the remarks down to the bare essentials, we'd appreciate it. All the candidates will be circulating, talking to the people in the audience. That's one of the main reasons we want the candidates exposed. We have Republicans, Democrats, and Independents and nonpartisan here today, so that we can get all the views. And feel free to talk to any of these ladies and gentlemen when this is over, because they have to answer to you when they get elected. And that's what this whole democracy is about in the United States. And the big thing that we have to do now at this point of the campaign, we have to make sure that everybody votes. There's a presentation on back in the corner if you have any questions about the voting machines on how to use it. But the big thing is, get out to vote. The first two candidates will be for U.S. Congress, and we'll go Robert Neal first. We're going by alphabetical order.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Robert Neal. I'm a candidate for the United States House of Representatives, Florida's 14th Congressional District. That includes everybody in Lee County. So everybody that lives in Lee County can vote for me on November 4th, or early, or by absentee voting, as you can see on the screen back there. I want to tell you how passionate I am about wanting to represent you in Washington. Things have gone so bad in the past 2 years because of the administration policies that we have to change the direction of our country. If we don't change the direction of our country, the middle class will go away. And we have to have a strong, educated, healthy, and serviceable middle class in order for our country to be strong. We have to do that. Here's how we do it. First, we reduce our spending by ending this senseless war in Iraq. Bring our troops home to protect our borders. Let's send some teachers over there and some doctors. That way we can help those people who are at risk and at peril of becoming more under the control of terrorists if we don't. If we'll go over there and help them rebuild their infrastructure and educate their children and make sure their children are healthy and safe, I promise you, not in the 2-year term of a congressman, but in the long run, those people will become peace-loving and contributing members of the world just like you and I. Then we need to change our tax policy so that the wealthiest Americans pay a little bit more. That will increase the revenues. Then the reduction of spending from ending the war in Iraq will reduce the federal deficit and ease up this credit crisis. That's what's caused our credit crisis, is the United States government is over $10 trillion in debt. What we can do with that extra money is we can provide quality education for all our children and for adults who may have been displaced from their jobs. We can retrain them so that they can get back into the workforce. I covet your vote on November 4th, or early, or by absentee ballot, whichever you prefer. I hope that you'll remember my name, but if not, I'm the second name on the second race. The first race is president, the second race is Congress. I'm the second name on the second race. My name is Robert Neal. I'm a candidate for the United States House of Representatives, Florida's 14th Congressional District. Thank you for having me here today.
We have two more candidates running for Congress. The Republican candidate is Bert Saunders.
Ray, thank you very much for introducing me and for helping to set up this very important event. My name is Bert Saunders. I am a Republican. I'm running with no party affiliation. And so therefore I'm on the ballot, and I'm running against the incumbent, Connie Mack, who is also a Republican. I made the decision to run because Connie Mack has no real interest in our community. And I felt that that was very unfortunate. And we need someone who is interested in the community, who is invested in this community, and who wants to make this wonderful community even better. I've been in the Florida Senate for the last 10 years. Prior to that, I was in the Florida House of Representatives, and prior to that, I was in Cuyahoga County Commission. I've worked on a lot of issues that are important to all of us in this room. For example, the issue of good quality and affordable health care, the issue of improving the quality of our public education system, a lot of issues that are important. I made the decision to run because, quite frankly, I'm angry and I'm saddened at what's happening to our great nation. We have problems such as immigration reform, health care reform, energy independence, fixing the economy, and nothing seems to get done. There's nothing but gridlock in the United States House of Representatives. My message is that I will work with independents, Democrats, and Republicans to solve these problems. If we don't solve these problems, my children, like my son Jonathan here, and your children, will face a future that's not nearly as bright as the future we faced when we were growing up. I need your vote and support to win this race. I know Robert Neal is a wonderful guy. He's a Democrat in this race. Democrats not going to win this race between Connie Mack and Bert Saunders. So I would encourage you to go to my webpage, bertsaunders.com, take a look at my issue papers, send me an email, I'll get back in touch with you. And I'll make one promise, or a couple promises to you. Number one, if I am elected to Congress and you need to talk to me, I will be available to you. I've been available to this community for the last 10 years as your senator. I'll be available to you as your congressman. The other promise is that I will work with the independents, Democrats, and Republicans to solve these problems that are plaguing this country. I can't get there without your vote, so I'm here to ask you for your vote and your support on November 4th. Bert Saunders, again, running for the United States House of Representatives. Ray, thank you very much.
And we have a third candidate here, Jeff George.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming out. My name is Jeff George, and I'm also running to represent you for the 14th District of Florida. I'm running with no party affiliation. I grew up here in Southwest Florida, but I haven't had the opportunity to travel around. I spent 5 years in the Army. I was stationed in Europe, in Asia. I've also worked in the wireless industry, where I set up networks all across South America, Africa. I set up some of the early wireless networks in Haiti and Port-au-Prince back in the late 90s. And from all the experience, both here and around the world, there's two things that I know. The first thing that I know is, as Americans, the decisions that we make this November are going to affect everyone around the world. And the other thing that I know is, as American voters in this district, we are not currently being represented in Washington, D.C. Right now, we're all suffering from a Congress and a government that is hopelessly divided along party lines. They brought us nothing but the threat of war without end, failed environmental and energy policies, reckless spending, and a casino-style economy that seems to be based on nothing more than more and more debt. It's time for that to change. Now, I have no doubt that Senator Obama is going to be elected president and that he's going to make a difference. He's going to make a change. But the president alone can't do it. The president has to have the support of a principled and dedicated Congress. Now, every candidate who's running up an incumbent, we all come up here and we tell you the same thing. We say, hey, vote for me, I'm going to change things, I'm going to reform the system. The question is how do you as the voters verify that? We need to make sure that whoever we elected, number one, is going to be responsive to you, that's going to take the time to get out in the community, that's going to spend time in the community here. And number two, what we're doing with our campaign is a little bit different. We videotape everything, and we make all that footage available to you online so that we have complete transparency and accountability. Now, you can check out that footage on jeffgeorgeforcongress.com. The main thing to remember is you're going to hear a lot of people come up here and you're going to hear this race is between this candidate or that candidate. Don't believe it. This race is what democracy is all about. The winner of this race could be the guy who comes in with 25% plus one vote, because this is a four-way race. So what I'm asking you is, when you go out and when you go up there and you fill out your ballot, don't vote based on party lines. Vote based on your conscience, because as long as you vote your conscience, your vote will never ever be wasted. So this November 4th, I ask you to vote Jeff George for Congress, because not only do I want to be your voice in Washington, D.C., I want to be your eyes and ears as well. Thank you.
There's one other candidate running, and he's your president, Congressman Connie Mack. He is elected not to participate in public forum. I haven't seen it one yet. The next one on our agenda would be the State Senator David Ehrenberg. And Luke is... Okay, we'll get Luke back, and he hasn't spoken for him. So we'll go to the state representatives. Is Luke here?
No, he wants you to do it.
Oh, okay. Luke had to leave. He was here earlier and he was passing out material. Dave Ehrenberg is your president and state senator. And one of the biggest things he's pushing right now and working for is to stop selling our public utilities to foreign companies. Basically, they want to lease to a foreign company Alligator Alley. And we have paid for that as taxpayers. And I don't think the taxpayers want their property being given to a foreign country to control the traffic flow in this county and in this state. Dave has been in there. He is the ranking Democrat in the Senate, and which is unusual on some of the committees he's in. He's been recognized by the Republican Party as one that can get things done. And so he's asking for your vote in this race for state senator. He runs through this area, clear over to Miami. So he's very much concerned about this area, and he has been working very hard to try and get industry into this area also. So he's asking for you to vote for Dave Ehrenberg for state senator. His opponent is not here. For state representatives, we have Judy J.J. Giuliani.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Jules, for this community event. Oh, okay. On this rainy day, thank you so much. I'll just take a second of your time. My name is J.J. Giuliano, your Democratic candidate for the State House, District 72. District 72 is most of Lehigh, swings up to Alva, Olga, Buckingham, North Fort Myers, DeSoto County, and about 35% of Charlotte County. I've lived in Charlotte County since 1985. I work in healthcare as a registered nurse since 1983. So affordable healthcare is very important to me, as is good paying jobs that need to be brought down to Lee County. It's been 10 years since a Democrat ran for this race. And as far as I'm concerned, it's about time to elect one again. I am running to unseat Mr. Page Kriegel. He has ran 2 times unopposed, and it is time to hold our politicians accountable for the votes they cast and the actions that they do. I appreciate people that have voted for me, and I ask you for your vote. We have this whole week to vote early, and also November 4th. Once again, J.J. Giuliano, thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you. The next candidate for state representative is Stephen Gray Blanchette.
Thank you. I'm Stephen Gray Blanchette. I'm for state representative for District 73. My friend JJ, who just spoke, is in District 72. You live in Lehigh Acres, you're going to be voting for her or me, depending on where you live in Lehigh Acres. I'm running for state representative because I'm not happy with the way things are being done in Tallahassee right now. I live in San Carlos Park. The demographics are very similar to those in Lehigh Acres. When I go home, I drive by my neighbors' homes that have been foreclosed. The grass is this high, it's bringing down property values, and I'm not happy about that. I'm also not happy with the number of the increase in property insurance. People can't afford to stay here because of the rate of property insurance and property taxes. We need to change that. I'm not happy that my opponent's not here, and those of you who come to events in Lehigh will notice that he doesn't show up for much anything out here. I'm not happy that my opponent is also supporting the lease of Alligator Alley to a foreign country. I 100% oppose that lease. Not only does it farming the work out to another country and taking the jobs away from here, but there's $17 million worth of revenue that alley brings in a year. If that's leased to a foreign company, that money is not going to be used here because that money is not going to be available to us. Our road system is the responsibility of our government. And if our government in Tallahassee cannot manage its own road systems, then we got a problem with that, and I'm not happy about it. My mother always used to say, you make your own happiness. And the only way to make your own happiness is come November 4th, or if you vote early, is vote for change. I have a literature over there. Please pick it up to know a little bit more where I stand on other issues. There's also this card with the blue ink on it available over there. Ray Troy has some as well. And if you're voting for change, and I think you're all going to agree that we need change in Lee County, we need change in Washington, and we need change in Tallahassee. I encourage you all to please vote for change, and these are the list of the people that will bring change. Thank you very much.
And the next person running for property appraiser is John Glazer. This is a position that covers the entire county, and one that a lot of people are not aware of what appraiser does. John?
Thank you very much. I'm John Glazer. You may have seen some of my signs around town, Glazer for Appraiser. So I'm running for the property appraiser's office, and the property appraiser is the gentleman that sets the value of your homes and properties for your property taxes. So for those of you who have been here since 2000, and those of you that haven't, we've had a 345% average increase in our property values since 2000. That's why you're paying more property taxes. You've also seen that the property values skyrocketed up and are dropping very slowly. We've also seen the result of overtaxation, and that's the 32,000 foreclosed homes that are here. So basically, I'm running so that we can get our county stable and that we can get investment back in the county. And as we all know, when you have investment, you have jobs, and when you have jobs, people keep their homes, and you have neighbors, and you have neighborhoods. So that's why I asked for your vote, and if you would just remember in November, Glazer for Appraiser, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, John. I don't see any other candidates for appraiser here. All right. Okay. The next one we'd like to do. He's running for office. Is a county commissioner race. Some of these people have to leave to go to other speaking engagements, so we moved them up. Carla Johnson is running for District 1 Lee County Commissioner.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. And I just want to talk for a second about what this campaign's about. It's really less about those of us that are running for office than it is about all of you who live in the neighborhoods and work in various parts of Lee County. The people who are elected to county commission have a great deal to do with what your community is like, how good it is as a place to live, how much you pay for taxes, whether there are jobs out there, how you can protect your families. Now, we can't do everything. I'm not going to say we can do everything, but there are things that the Lee County Commissioners can do. And that's why it's really important who you figure out to vote for Lee County Commissioner. There are 5 different districts. 3 of them are on the ballot this fall, and you can elect 1 person for each district. So I'm asking you to vote for Carla Johnson for District 1. I'm a former community planning professor. In fact, it's really a special treat for me to be here today because when I taught at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, I taught community planning and I worked with a consortium of people from the Haitian community in Somerville, Massachusetts. I don't know if any of you know anybody there. Know anybody there? Fantastic. You know Roosevelt Zimmel? Well, we can talk about other names afterwards. But we got together a group of people from the university and a group of people from the Haitian community, and they said they wanted to figure out what they could do to stimulate the economy in their local community and how they could make their local community better. And that's the kind of thing that I hope we can begin to do much more of here in Lee County. And I think if you've got responsive, elected people on the county commission, you're going to have people who care about this. We're not going to make the world perfect, but we sure can move it a long way from where it is now, where people kind of just sit back and yawn and expect the same thing to happen tomorrow as happened yesterday. It's a tough time. We need to look out for jobs, we need to look out for families, and we need to look out for neighborhoods. So I ask you to vote Carla Johnson, Lee County Commission, District 1. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And for District 5, County Commissioner Sonny Haas.
Thank you very much. Sonny Haas, how may I serve you? More importantly, how may I serve Lehigh? I've lived here 18 years. I've lived in Southwest Florida all my life. What would local representation bring to Lehigh? It would be our first county commissioner to ever come from Lehigh. A vote for me. Funding for Goodwills, more bus routes, cleaner parks and bathrooms, more code enforcement, more responsible code enforcement, and better growth management. We need more public safety here. We need plenty of sheriff's office, plenty of clean hospitals, plenty of healthcare reforms. Local representation is very important on our board. I can serve Lehigh firsthand. I know the communities, I know the areas, I know what we need, I know what you guys want. And I can deliver that with your voice on the board. We shouldn't have to charter buses to go to City Hall to get what we should already have. We shouldn't have to send petitions, and we shouldn't have to fight for what we should already have. We are as big a community as Cape Coral. We just don't have as many people. We're just spread out. But the future of Lee County is going to be Lehigh Acres. We need to elect our county commissioner from Lehigh so we can get State Road 82 done. We can get the shopping malls, we can get the factories, we can get the growth and the jobs here. We need more local industry here so we don't have to commute into town. As your county commissioner, with your vote, Lehigh can go in a new direction. I have a flower bed of signs outside. Please, I'm going to leave them, take them, put them in front of your place. I appreciate your vote. I appreciate your support. A vote for Sonny Haas is a vote for a new direction in Lehigh Acres. Thank you very much.